is just fantastic.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. May I start by saying happy Scativersary. It is in fact, around this time I believe, the anniversary of Scatgate. And yes, I put gate on it. If that offends you, and I know who you are, shut up, you slag. Mwahahaha. Today we're going to look at some of the additional fallout to Chantel's totally triumphant and short-lived return to YouTube. By the way, if you're interested in Scativersary, there's a video on a channel called Hot Wasabi. I'll link it in the pinned comment. It is the compilation of Chantel crying her eyes out over the whole Scat incident. Now what I want to do is show you this. Yesterday, we discussed that Chantel had privated the live stream of her return to YouTube. Now this is what she does. She lets it all build up, then she lets it all go. The moment she lets go, quite poorly I might add, she struggles to articulate a lot of her key points. She will invariably rage quit, community post it up like there's no tomorrow, and then delete everything. So there is a chance here I don't have all the screenshots for the community post parts, because there were a few posts and they were edited. I should also add that there are going to undoubtedly be more people asking the likes of Pete what's going on, because now we know he has had a direct line of communication with Chantel, which would somewhat counter or contradict things she said in the past when it comes to talking to other men, while she herself is married after all. One does wonder how long they're going to, well, hold on to their little charade card before they just admit they're working together to probably get a place together. We'll get to that soon, don't worry. I'm sure there's something we can talk about. Now, there were a couple clips I did not include in yesterday's video. I'm going to insert them here because I think it right to make sure we have all context that you can possibly have. I would say for your entertainment, but I'm not entirely convinced this qualifies. The first clip is the long-held belief that because Chantel got rid of the poor Kia that suffered under her weight, that she would have acquired a car from family, temporarily of course. Chantel claims that she has a rent-a-car, with a slight Freudian slip. Actually, she confirmed she has a Hyundai, Elandia. I don't drive, so I don't know the names, okay? It's on the screen there with the video now.
I didn't plan this for a long time. Hey, Comic Brook. No, I don't have a Kia. I have a rent-a-car. I have a Kia. I have a rent-a-car. I have a Kia. I have a rent-a-car. I have a Kia. I have a rent-a-car.
The second thing Chantel confirmed is that on her flight over to Canada, she did in fact book 2 seats because she is that wide. Now, on previous trips where she's vlogged this, where she had 1 seat, she really struggled. Genuinely struggled. She needs the personal space. She needs the safety and certainty that there's no one next to her to be absorbed by her gravity pull, right? Or that Peter K. creature from Doctor Who. Yeah, that. Chantel confirming that for this one she had 2 seats also handily falls in line with the belief that she has had for a long time that you should have 2 seats if you need that, and you shouldn't demand to have 2 seats just because of how big you are. It does also confirm that Chantel is definitely bigger than she claims she is. She's a lot bigger. Now, while she is vertically challenged, her horizontal giftedness is always going to remain. So here's the relevant clip for that.
Same thing with buying 2 seats. Like, honestly, I'm just gonna come out and say, I actually decided that I'm always gonna have 2 seats. If I need to buy it, that's what I'm gonna do, because I had the best flight ever. So because of that, I was so comfortable. Even if you're thin, don't you find it it sucks being elbow to elbow for 14 hours?
To anyone that requires 2 seats and willingly pays for it, I have no issue with. To somebody that tries to fob themselves off as smaller to then share that they got 2 seats, you're baiting out your audience intentionally, because we all knew you'd get 2 seats anyway, eventually. We knew you'd have to pay extra. We're just impressed you have the money for it. But because you are a feeder type, and that means you in fact latch onto certain kinks with your super modest Muslim revert costume that you're LARPing as, weak tea beta LARPing, but still LARPing nonetheless, you can make it seem even more niche. How adorable. Now, that stream was privated. I do believe it's now been deleted. I said it yesterday and I will say it again now. Chantel, you need to stop deleting, privating your old content. That entire livestream has been shared to Twitter by just saying Others have and will respond to it in livestream format. Some will just straight up archive it on YouTube. You will undoubtedly flag them, much like your former lover, who I have no doubt you definitely want to go and have some fun with, nada, who I could believe you'd move in with and Dee the Grey, given the chance. There are, after all, other kinks you can explore. The point, really, is that there's no point you getting rid of all that old content, or more recent live streams where you bite and then you lay down some bait, then you bury your head in the sand, la 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 la, I can't see, therefore it not real, when in reality, you should be milking everything that comes your way. There aren't many creators who are so stupid as to remove all the content because they're so desperate to portray themselves as squeaky clean cookie cutter. You're not John Cena, alright? Half your behaviour is akin to that of somebody who once had a successful life and then once it went away decided to get desperate. Oh wait, no, that's just you anyway. I guess it's called being a tryhard as opposed to what others would notice it as addiction problems brought on by formerly being a sports star. Anyway, we're going to now go to the community posts. There's 2, and we need to identify some key points here. Because Chantal thinks she has one, she doesn't. On the screen you're going to notice a community post with an edit. We're not going to go to the edit just yet. We're going to go straight to the first part, which is actually the second paragraph. Can anyone explain how I owe anyone an explanation on anything in my personal life, especially why and where I travel to, my visa or my marriage status, etc.? Sure, because you shared it with the internet. You share lie after lie as well, you contradict yourself, and you are trying to portray yourself now as Mariam Biza Sultan Salah Sarol, whatever your bloody name is. This squeaky clean Muslim revert tourist who is living the dream utopian life in Kuwait, in front of a car park, in a building that looks like a reformed, well, repurposed, office block. You are trying to be everything you're not. That would include being a dieter, a success, polite, kind, honest, loving, compassionate, emotions you actually do not understand, totally not a junkie. You are trying to be the very thing you can't be. That includes married, because you're not married under any circumstance. There is no law in all lands of all the worlds and dimensions where you are married to Salah. We'll get some of that later, don't you worry. So you don't owe anyone an explanation. You really don't. Because you don't have to, because the internet solved it quite quickly. You're just unwilling to accept it because you believe you are the only person that can provide the truth. You believe you are in control of what is dubbed the narrative. You lost control of the narrative years ago. The entitlement in world is crazy. There are some crazy people within it, yes. I purposefully withhold information from the internet now, and I should have for a long time. That might not work as a sentence. Who wouldn't if people were constantly trying to dox you and your family? They're not trying to dox your family. There are some idiots that try and dox anyone on the internet. Literally anyone, if in the chance. With you, there are some obsessive people who are looking for you, and sadly, I cannot justify it, of course not. But this is the choice you made and dug the hole with your own 2 hands. I will not justify their actions, but because of what's happened in the past, to the likes of Dragonlord and Chris Chan, I expect you to get this kind of treatment. Again, I won't justify it. It is part and parcel though. A certain reaction channel already came to my hometown and admitted to being a stalker. Was that meant to be Frenchy? Because somebody had noticed a photo of her incognito few blocks from where your cat exchanged hands. Was that it? Or was this someone else? Was that the dude? The guy that she was friends with? Someone did an email phishing scam just to find out where I am, and you people still cannot understand why I just don't tell the truth. Nah. The thing here is, there are 2 separate problems. The problem you have is, you think they're all one thing. You desperately need it to be all one thing, so you can dismiss it. And with on the internet being you, that is, that will never work. You need hard evidence to prove anything and you won't provide it. So you're always going to be in this cycle, and it's a cycle you're okay to be in. You need these community posts, you need those live streams, you need the rage bait. You need it, or your channel vanishes very quickly. Many channels that critique you might well vanish as well, or have to diversify. But let's face it here, no one's going to feel like they've lost out. I'm also buckling down even more now. I also feel like even doing the live I did was a mistake, and I will be taking a longer break. I'll see you when I'm ready, blah 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 supporters. So, any odds on Chantal being back within 7 days? Because I expect it. Payday has been and gone, which means Chantal got her monthly allowance. But December is still going. We're on the 28th, there are 3 days. You've got to make your bread, get as much of it out as you can, and move on. Then again, Chantal...
Hey, Wiz, are you okay there?
My dog. There are some instances where you could, if you've earned enough, simply walk away. I do not share this mentality. Now the edit, for example, there are people making charts about my travel dates to try and prove my visa status. Like why? Why? Do you care? It's literally no one's business, so when you accuse me of lying about this, good, yes, please do, because you'll never know the definite truth about this that are my personal business. The entitlement is so weird. But Chantal, they're not asking for any information from you. They've already worked it out. They've resolved it. The problem you have, and I go back to the point I'd earlier made, is that you're unwilling to accept they got it. You desperately want to be, because of your pride. Because of your pride, you so desperately want to be the one that is truthful, right, honest, and just. 4 words that are oxymoronic when associated with foodie beauty. You, Chantal, are a waddling, gassy, spine-compressed, multi-chinned blob that can never tell the truth. You're the magic 8-ball, similar shape, but a magic 8-ball that has never ever gotten something right. Essentially, you're the one that's faulty that goes back to the shop because the ink has been leaked. Now there's another post, there's 2 more actually. One last thing to address because it's so stupid. Those saying that I brought this all to the internet, nope. Did I bring my visa status to the internet? Nope. Do strangers make charts and do investigative work to try and find out so they can say I lie about things I never want to talk about? Yep. Did I bring my current location to the internet because someone used an illegal means of obtaining my location? Nope. But thank you, because from now on you have ensured I will clamp down even more on what I share, which will mostly be nothing at all now, which honestly is better anyway. Not for your views it isn't. Chantal, you will never be able to shake off the community hated. Ever. You'll never be able to do it. They need you and you need them. That is a definitive fact, not an opinion, it's a fact. A fixed point in time, immutable and unchangeable. For as long as you are a creator, they will always exist. Because you have never been able to shake them, because of you being unable to tell the truth, or do the right thing. And your lies, while going back decades, in this space, the greatest lie you've been telling has been to yourself for over 2 years now. That you are married, that you are Muslim, and that you are happy. You are none of those. And you are especially not happy. Now, there was one last post, tweeted out by Shenanigans. It was a picture. The picture is of a community post from Chantal saying, while everyone is celebrating a downfall in our relationship from a year ago, we are celebrating us becoming stronger. Happy anniversary, nothing will ever break us. Pictures included. Obviously the middle one is the one that matters. That one is of Chantal allegedly kissing Salah. They are not kissing. That is quite obviously photoshopped. The giveaway is the nose. If you can't tell, yeah, no, that's been done in like paint.net. I use paint.net. Your mouse slipped. Don't try us. You, Chantal, are about as much married as Amberlynn Reid is straight. At some point, you need to get off your high horse, and usually that means a horse that's quite high up. In this instance, it's a reinforced Trojan that's full of weed and other stuff, no doubtly from Bucktooth himself.